If you are trying to declare human development as your major and your overall GPA is not a 2.5, you may want to estimate when and or what grades you will need to achieve a 2.5. There are several online calculators that will help you do this, but you need to input the correct information to get an accurate estimate. And remember, these calculators provide estimates. You will need to wait until your overall GPA is officially calculated by SSU as a 2.5 before you can declare human development as your major. But in order to calculate when you might achieve a 2.5 GPA, you need to locate your current cumulative GPA. You can find it on your What If report or on your academic requirements report, but make sure you're checking your overall GPA, not just your Sonoma GPA. Next, you need to locate the number of units you have taken. On your report, scroll down until you get to the General Requirements section. Below that, you will see the 120 unit minimum for overall units. Under this, you'll see 120 units are required, and for Sally Sonoma, she's taken 34 units and she still needs to take 86 to get to 120. Now keep in mind that when SSU calculates the units that you have taken, they are also calculating the units that you are currently enrolled in at SSU, whether or not you have yet to pass them. So you need to subtract whatever units you are currently registered for this semester in order to get an accurate count of the number of units you have completed. If you are, for example, enrolled currently in 12 units, you need to subtract that from the number of units that Sonoma State lists as having taken. So now you know the two variables that you need to estimate your GPA at the end of the semester. Your overall or cumulative GPA based on the courses that you have been graded on, and the number of units you have completed, not counting those that you are currently registered for. In this example, Sally Sonoma has a 3.57 overall GPA, and she has completed 34 units because she's not currently enrolled. But let's say she has a 2.34 overall GPA. That is not high enough for her to declare human development. Let's also assume that Sally Sonoma has completed 50 units, not including units she is currently enrolled in. Given these parameters, what grades would she need to get this semester in order to achieve a 2.5 overall GPA? Well, let's see. We are going to use the formulaconversion.com GPA calculator. You can see the link to the website on the screen. When you open up the calculator, you will see a number of boxes that you can enter information into. If you scroll down, you want to type in the number of units here called cumulative credits that you have been graded on. In our example, for Sally Sonoma, we said she's taken 50 units that she's completed, so we're going to type 50 into the cumulative credits box. I also said her GPA is a 2.34. So we're going to type that into the GPA box. Next, we want to type in the number of credits that she is currently registered for this semester and the grades that she thinks she's going to get in those classes to see how that changes her overall GPA. So let's say that Sally Sonoma is currently registered for Anthropology 318, which is a 3-unit class, and WGS 350, and Soc 326 for 4 units. Now, as you can see here, if Sally Sonoma got A's or a 4.0 for this semester for these 13 units, she would end up with a 2.68 cumulative GPA, above the minimum required to declare human development. But what if we change her grades to all B's? And you can just go into the drop-down menu and change the grades for each course. And after you click Save Changes, it will update the GPA calculator so that you can see that with simply getting all B's, she no longer can attain a 2.5 overall GPA. Now, you can go through and change your grades on these courses as many times as you like to see what combination of grades you would need to achieve a minimum 2.5 GPA. Here are some things to remember when estimating your future cumulative GPA. 1. The results of this calculation cannot be used to argue that you will meet the 2.5 GPA prerequisite by the end of the semester. However, it can be used to estimate when you might be able to meet that prerequisite. But you must wait until you receive official GPA calculation from SSU before you will be admitted to the major. 2. The more units you have accumulated, the harder it will be for you to raise your GPA. You need to take into consideration how many semesters you're willing to wait to achieve a 2.5 before you're able to declare human development. You may want to consider declaring a major that does not have a GPA prerequisite. I hope this video has been useful. If you have additional questions, please contact the Human Development Coordinator.